What is up, everybody? How you doing today? Welcome back to the Hunter Call the Wild. Now today I wanted to kind of continue the series that I've been doing. I had done this series last summer. I'm trying to do it again, just a little bit more updated this summer, and that is my top 5/top 10 series. It can be rarest diamonds, animals, missions, that's whatever it wants to be. But I just wanted to continue this series, and today we're back with the most popular of the original videos, which is the top 10 rarest animals. Now this goes over fur types, like what's the rarest fur type, like melanistic, albino, piebald, that kind of thing. It's not diamonds, okay? There's a big difference. And I just want to say that there are so many animals that are so very rare that this list was ridiculously hard to make, and I had to cut several animals that a lot of people would think would be on this list. And just because it's not on this list does not mean it's as rare as some of the animals on the list. It just didn't make it on the list. So just wanted to get that out beforehand. Now coming in at number 10 is the only animal on this list that I've ever killed, and that was the albino brown bear. Now, these guys are super hard to come across outside of the missions, though. Okay, there is an albino diamond brown bear in one of the Medved Taiga missions, but that does not count. He's not that rare. Anybody can get him if they just play through the missions. But if you find an albino brown bear outside of the missions in multiplayer or on your own map, that is a heck of a trophy. I've only ever killed one. A lot of people have never even seen one. And they are pretty tough to tell apart from the blonde brown bears. So they are definitely a very good trophy. Now coming in at number 9, we have the albino mountain goat. And this animal is super rare. I've seen a few more of them posted since Scarecrow got a couple on multiplayer. Ever since then, I think more people have been aware that they existed, because for the longest time nobody even knew these guys existed. Like, we didn't even know these were a thing until a couple people found them, put them on YouTube, and now everyone knows they're a thing. They just can't find them because they're so hard to tell apart from the animal that's usually white to begin with, and then you add a pink nose on it. How the heck are you going to tell what it is? So that's why they're so rare. So one, you can't see them, and two, they are just really hard to come across in the first place. Rare mountain goats are very rare. Now coming in at number 8, we have the melanistic coyote. And this is an animal I've seen a little bit more ever since the release of Rancho del Arroyo. But then again, I've seen a lot more diamond coyotes as well on Rancho. It just seems to be a great map for coyotes. I've killed a couple rares, but I've never killed a melanistic. I've killed a few piebalds and a couple albinos. I would love to find a melanistic coyote. I think it would be absolutely amazing. But they are super duper hard to come across. And if you found one, good job, because you probably will not find another one. Now coming in at number 7, we have the melanistic red fox. And a lot of people would think that this animal should be higher up on the list, and it's not. Just because all these animals are so rare, it's impossible to really get an order for which one's rarer than the other. They're so similar in their rarity, but these guys are just so hard to come across because they're so little, and they only are on Yukon and Hirschfelden. And Yukon's a decent red fox map. Hirschfelden is terrible. Not in the fact that there's no red fox there, they're just impossible to see. Especially in their drink time, because drinking at night on thick and brushy Hirschfelden, you're never going to see the thing. Okay, that is ridiculously absurd to even try and look for one there. I know people who swear by Hirschfelden as the best map for red fox. I always just go to Yukon. But the melanistics are super hard to come across. Really, any rare red fox is really hard to come across, but the melanistics especially. Now coming in at number 6, we have the melanistic European bison. Pro XCK, he had been trying to get one for quite a while, and he finally got his the other day. Kudos to him. Great job, man. Congrats on the nice kill. I am super jealous because I would like one of those as well. But I've only ever seen a few of these guys posted. And Diamond European Bison are definitely not an easy one. And melanistics just take that to a whole new level. And the fact that Hirschfelden doesn't get hunted as much, you don't see as many of them posted. I think you would see more posted, but for the fact that nobody hunts Hirschfelden except for a select few. Yeah, I mean, they're just super hard to come across, but a really cool trophy if you've got one. Now, coming in at number 5 is an animal that very few people know about. I've noticed this in conversations that there are not many people who even know this animal exists, and that is the melanistic collared peccary. Now, everyone knows they've seen the leucistics and they've seen the albinos, but the melanistics are so difficult to tell because the only thing that's different about them is there's no stripe around their neck. That's it. They're just solid black. There's no stripe around their neck. But hunting them at night, sometimes that can be tough to see. So a lot of people miss out on them and never even see them. And then, I mean, not as many people hunt Rancho as some other maps, especially at night. Rancho is definitely not my favorite night map, but I've seen worse. Cough, Hirschfelden. But yeah, so these guys are little known, little seen, and that is what makes them so very rare. Now, coming in at number 4, we have the albino feral goat. And I've only ever seen a few of these posted. The albino feral goats are super hard to tell apart from a few of the other ones. There's a white fur type and there's a blonde fur type that really just kind of make it difficult to know what's what. And anytime you have an animal that is typically white and then you add an albino to it, really adds an extra challenge in finding that albino. I've only ever seen a few of them posted on YouTube or on Reddit and Discord, and these guys are no easy animal to come across. I hunt feral goats a lot. I don't hunt them as much as I used to, and I still hunt them a lot. I used to hunt feral goats all the time, and I've never seen one. So that just goes to show how rare they are. I've hunted feral goats a lot, never seen one. I know other people who've never seen one and hunt feral goats near about all the time. So if you have one of these, great job. Now, coming in at number 3 is probably one of the most well-known rares, and that is the melanistic lynx. Catching It Believe finally got his LYNX a few weeks or maybe a month or so ago. I don't remember. It's been a while, but he finally got his, something he'd been after for quite a while. And yeah, so I think these are one of the more well-known rares, but that does not mean they're easy to find, because these guys, they're so elusive, and they're going to be so much more rare as soon as the lynx lose their drink zones. In the next update, lynx are having their drink zones taken away, and that's just going to add a whole new level of rarity to the melanistic lynx. They're already hard to find now, and very, very few people find one, and they are just going to be so much harder to find. And that is why the melanistic lynx is on this list this high. Sorry if there's any background noise, that's just my garage door opening. But number 2 is the melanistic pheasant. Now, this is an animal that I know a lot of people have wanted to see, and let me tell you what, they're one of the best looking rares in the entire game. These things are beautiful. I've never seen anything like it in my life. They are fantastic looking. The iridescent color, the purple and black, oh, they look so good. But that does not mean they're easy to find. And you may think they stick out like a sore thumb, and they might, but they don't spawn very much Pheasants are one of the rarer diamonds, and they're not easy to shoot, especially on console. They're very tricky flying back and forth, and it's just, they're just really hard to find. Even the people on PC can't seem to find one sometimes. So yeah, that's why they're this high up on the list. If you have one, that is amazing. Now, the number one animal on this list is something that I think 99.99% of people will never even catch a glimpse of, much less even get a shot at. And I'm talking about the albino bobwhite quail. Now, there is a fact sheet done by a few members of the Call of the Wild community, and they have fur type rarity and everything, and usually it goes common, uncommon, rare, and very rare. Well, all these other animals that I've listed are listed as very rare. The albino quail is the only animal on that list listed as extremely rare. Okay, the only animal. And I think there's only ever been a few, like less than 10 killed since the update, and those are just the one. We don't even know about those ones probably. I mean, we only know of one or two. I've seen a picture of one somewhere. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it. That's why there's no picture of one up here. But these guys are just so unbelievably hard to find. If you have an albino quail, I want to see a picture. Let me know down in the comments below. If you have an albino quail, I want to see a picture of that. Find me on Discord. I don't care. I want to see that. That would be so cool. They are insanely hard to come across. Well guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of the list down in the comments below. I mean, I think this list turned out pretty good, and I know someone's gonna say it. I don't have albino lions on this list, and I understand that. But the reason being, I've seen more of them posted since the most recent update than I've ever seen before. So that's just why they're not on the list. They were definitely in consideration, but I had to take them off. I'm sorry. Just please don't yell at me for that. And there's many others I'm sure that could be on this list as well that are not. And it's just because there's so many rare animals and it's impossible to fit them all in 10 slots. Okay, that's what's so difficult. So just remember that when you're saying, well, why wasn't this on the list? That's why. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.